Kumawat, and today we are going to discuss about some network security, network operations, and network communications things. So if you have any doubts, you're just going to ping me same time, or going to raise your hands, or just interrupt me same time. So I will going to demonstrate all those things to you. So I today we are just talking about some network communications. So this is the very mandatory things for the communications in the cybersecurity, or it is very important for a person who is working on a cybersecurity to understand the network communications and network security. Okay, so what the agenda of the class for today? What things we're going to be covered? So we're going to cover some OSI layers. We're going to cover TCP/IP suite, devices and communication components. So we're going to discuss about some different type of communication devices like routers, switches. We discuss about some network topologies. We have some star topologies. We have star topologies. We have bus topologies. We have ring topologies. We have mesh topologies. So which is the best for the network? We're going to discuss about some IP version 4 and IP version 6, which type of IP address going to be working right now, and what is the future of the IP addresses. We discuss about some wireless networks, and we're going to discuss about some ports and protocols. So what is the requirement of the ports and what is the requirement of protocols? So once you have hardware devices, we have softwares, we require some communications. So how the ports and protocols going to be communications? So this is the agenda for the today class, and after that we're going to discuss about some network security after that. The introduction part, if we're talking about the communication and the network security domain deals with the security of voice and data. So if you're talking about the network communications, the data is going through the voice, data, and video. These are some three things which the data is going to be communicate over networks. The communication through the local area, wide area, and remote access networks. So were you guys aware about the local area networks, wide area networks? Have you talking about some campus area networks? And we have some remote access networking. How you going to access remote networks from your home? Like in the COVID-19 pandemic, you're going to access the remote access of your systems of your offices. So that is how it's going to be communicated via networks. So the focus here is to understand the networking models such as Open System Interconnect, OSI, and the TCP/IP model. So these are some two models are very important for any person who is going to working in a cybersecurity or the network security professional. We have some security mechanism we're going to discuss about here: internet, intranet, extranet, and such as firewalls, routers, intrusion detections, and protection systems. So you have seen into the job description, into the cybersecurity, you're going to find out some security, network security. So in the network security, we're going to discuss about some firewalls, the routers, switches, the IDS, IPS. So these are some basic fundamentals, the basic things you're going to be learned into the network security part, so that you are aware about all those technologies, how the things are going to working, how the firewalls going to work in the companies, what type of firewalls in the companies, what is the use case of firewalls, and how you're going to be consultant or solution architect going to provide a solution for the firewalls is going to be procurement in the company. So this is all those things you're going to be learning into the same slide today. Expected to have knowledge in the area of secure communications, secure networks, threats, vulnerabilities, attacks, and countermeasures to communications networks and protocols that are used in the remote access. So, my dear friends, we just want to talking about some communications, secure communication. So, suppose you are going to access your browser and you are going to write down the google.com or any website on the browser. Once you want to type any website, and it is going to communicating to the servers. So servers and the client, the communication required secure. So data in transit format, what type of communication security you want to implement. So digital signatures, digital certificates, non-repudiation things. So all those very important terms we're going to discuss about in the next few slides, next few classes, all those things. Then we're talking about some secure networks. How are you going to secure your networks? Your LAN environment or your WAN environment, wide area networks and your local area networks. So local area networks or wide area networks, 80-20 rule is there. Okay, so 80% of your traffic is going to generate by the local area networks of the company internal networks, servers, systems, clients, anything, and 20% traffic is going outside. So how are you going to procurement? How are you going to secure your LAN? So you are going to say, sir, we're going to procure, going to do switches, and we're going to do port security. You going to say, sir, we're going to do the MAC binding in the routers. So all those practical exposures, we're going to doing it later on, but you need to understand the basic fundamental and the concept of securing the networks. So how are you going to secure your wide area networks? So you're going to create some LAN or WAN or DMZ, VPN, different type of zones, and you're going to be network access control or access control list to prevent the traffic coming from outside to inside from the access control list. So we have different type of access list we're going to discuss later on. We have some threats, we have some vulnerabilities, attacks. So what are the vulnerabilities, what are the threats into the network security we're going to discuss about in our next few hours. And countermeasures for communication networks. How are you going to do communications and countermeasure of network security protocols? So how are you going to be remotely access all those things? And once the network security is any activity designed to protect and usability and integrity of your network and data. So suppose your data is going to moving source to destination. It means that your home to google.com or any website, you're going to access it. Suppose you're going to open a banking website. So you are a source, you're going to access your net banking, provide your ID and password, and going to be transfer the money from the net banking from the portal of the HDFC Bank. So is it a secure communications? So this is all those things we're going to learn that how you going to do secure communications. Effective network security manages the access the network. It targets a variety of threats and stops them from entering into the spreading of networks. So this is what we have input, we have output, we have how we're going to forward your traffic from one location to another location. This is what you're going to learn in it. Okay, so we have come to the mind what is the network security then? So secure network design forms and baseline for the networks resilient and against attacks. So you're going to be protect your informations. You're going to be secure the information of the company, enterprise, or your individual from the threats or vulnerabilities from outside. So security has to be understood and applied in each and every layer of overall communication and network protections. So you're going to be protect. You're going to understand the security layers. So we're going to discuss about defense in depth model later on. We're going to discuss about cyber skill chain models later on. So right now we're going to be discuss about how the networks communication is going to be working, and what is the architectures, what is the protocol, what is the designing. So however, we have CCDA, Cisco Certified Data Center Architect, CCDA modules. We're going to learning the how you're going to be calculate or how you're going to design the networks of the company. We discuss about some OSM models. So OSM model is one of the which is model going to be used for everywhere into networking models. So it was launched in 1984, and all those basics of the internet has already been developed and implemented, and the basic internet protocol has used for many years. So what is the purpose of OSM models? Standardize data networking protocols, create common platform for software developers and hardware manufacturers, and divide large data exchange process to smaller segments. So suppose you are a network administrator, or suppose you are a cybersecurity architect or cybersecurity professional. You would like to know the how the communication is going on. So the OSI model will let you know that how the networking communications is going on, and how you're going to do the troubleshooting. So we have OSI models, we have application layers, presentation layer, session layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and physical layer. So if you are working into the networking job or you are a cybersecurity professional, you should learn the OSM model, because without the OSM model, you can't become a network engineer or you can't become a cybersecurity engineer or cybersecurity analyst. So this is the requirement. So we discussed about here that we have software layers, we have some hardware layers, we have some OSI, hard or OSI model. So what happened into the same? We have sending the communications with the same. Suppose you are here and you going to send an email to the person. So the communication going on application layer, application sending the information to the presentation layer sending information to session layer sending information to the transport layer, and transport layer sending the network layer, and network layer sending the data link layer, and data link layer sending the physical layers. So this is all those first three layers are the hardware layers. Because all those hardware things, like you're talking about some cables, LAN cables, fiber optic cables. Okay, so all those cables are working on the physical layers. Like we talking about the hubs is also working on the physical layers. Data link layer is working as a switch. We're talking about some multi-layer switches. You have L3 switches. So you go to procurement of Netgear switches or D-Link switches or Cisco switches, any type of switches, HP switches, Dell switches. So these are some network communication devices when I work. So data link layer is mainly works on the LAN, okay, your internal networks. And the network layer is for routers or your firewalls are working on the network layers. So all those hardware of the any hardware comes under all the three layers. And the hardware Osm models, this is transport layer is going to be communications with the software layer and the hardware layer. How to communicate with the hardware versus the software, this is decided by the transport layer. And upper three layers, application layers, presentation layer, and session layers are the software layers. So this all those things are working on software layers. We have hardware layers and the hard of the OSI model. So data is sending and data is receiving. These things are working. So if you come to the more into the depth of application layer, so provides the user interfaces. A presentation layer is providing the presents the data in handles encryption and decryption. Suppose you're going to implement the Ipsec Vpn. We discussed about later on the classes for the VPN. So we have VPN, virtual private networks. We have side-to-side VPN. We have remote VPN, two types. So we have symmetric and we have asymmetric way. We have two types of VPN. So we are going to do some encryption and we are going to do decryption. So how are you going to encrypt your data? This comes under the encryption and decryption things like presentation layer. Then we discuss about some session layers that provides dialogue between hosts. So this is the session layer is going to be working same time. We'll discuss about some transport layers. So it is responsible to end-to-end connections. So your data, how the data is going to be see that your data is correct, is error free. So the transport layer responsible to connection, responsible end-to-end connection and error free data sending to the source to destination. Network layer is transmission of data from one host to other located in the different networks. So suppose you guys are working on the routers, you guys working on the firewalls. We're going to do separate class for the firewalls and the routers. How are you going to be working on the routers? Because every company in the cybersecurity, they require a person who understands the gateway level security like firewalls. So we discuss about further to firewalls. We're talking about some FortiGate firewalls. We're talking about some Sonic World firewalls. So we're going to do 3 or 4 firewalls. We're going to do demo or practice later on. Then we discuss about some data link layer switches. So data transfer is either free from one node to another and or physical layers. So how are you going to be logging to the switches? What are the commands of the switches? How are you going to log into the switches? What is SSH? What's the SSL? Traffic is moving to all those things. So we discuss about so many things of the switches. We discuss about some physical layers, so moves data between hosts. So your one computer to another computer, you have to communicate via cables. So this is a transport medium, like you going to do some LAN cables connectivity, going to do some fiber optic cables. So we have fiber optic cables right now. We have single mode and multi mode. There are 2 types of fiber optic cables that just comes to the market. So we discuss about all those things terms later on. So you have basic fundamentals of this OSI layers need to be learned. You need to memorize. So just take a look here. So application process 1, we have application process N, and the data is there. So suppose somebody is sitting here, application layer, and sending data to application, presentation, session, transport, network layer, data link layer, physical layers, and then the physical layer is going to be on the wire cables, and wire cables sending to the destination. And the physical layer understand, yes, this is the, the cables are connected, and the data link layer understand, yes, it is from my packet, and the network layer, transport layer, and session layer, and presentation layer, and applications. So how going to be checking out all those things, whether it is working absolutely fine so far or not. So just take a look. This is the CMD template. You're going to opening it. So I'm just going to size. I'm going to increase for the same. Okay, so I'm going to doing it right now. Are you able to see the screen? So first of all, suppose you are a network administrator. You would like to know that how the communication thing is going on, or how the basic fundamentals of the networking, the commands line tools you want to check it out. So first of all, you're going to do IP config, then slash all. So if you would like to go for the IP config slash all, then you're going to get some all those information about your Wi-Fi connectivity. This is my wireless LAN. So this is my IP address is there. This is my subnet mask is there, and this is my default gateway is 192.168.1.1 is there, and then we have some DHCP server. Okay, DHCP server is going to provide the IP address to my system. So you have some basic fundamentals, the basic things you have checked it out over there. So you should learn that how you're going to getting all those basic information. The IP address, DNS, gateway, DHCP address, you're going to getting it from there. Then the second command I'm going to use, you guys are using it like google.cisco.com. So this command is very easy. Okay, you guys are, I think you have used it. But what I'm trying to tell you is this right now, the TTL time. Okay, the time in milliseconds, 261 milliseconds. So this is the packet from cisco.com. It's from the WAN, and it will take me 261 or 258, so more than 250 milliseconds of every packet going to sending to the destination of the cisco.com. So you're going to say that my network is working fine or not. So you're going to say that, sir, suppose you're working in a company, and company will say that please find out the bandwidth, okay, whether it is we have slowness in the networks or we have any type of issues in the network. So first of all, you have checked that you have 256 milliseconds to 50 milliseconds of your the packet size of the WAN networks. Suppose I'm going to check it out from my local network, whether it is problem or not. How would you like to check it out? 1.1. So this is my router, and let's take a look here. So suppose your router is comes under 1 millisecond. So your network is perfect. You have great connectivity. You have smooth connectivity. So this is a 1 millisecond. It means my network is working absolutely fine so far. And 250 milliseconds on your WAN networks. So it's average. It's perfect one. Okay, it's average to good. Not perfect because WAN required 250 or less than that. But 250 is minimum. You can say that it's a good network. So you won't want to go for it. And this is my router, and I'm getting the 1 milliseconds, so it's a perfect communications. Okay. However, so I'm just going to check it out. Suppose I'm going to go to the cisco.com. So how many number of routers are there? So and one more thing, I would like to know that 192.168.1.1. This is my router. Okay, this is my broadband router is there. So suppose somebody will say in the company, hey, come on, please give me the name of the particular router. So how would you want to check it out your name of the routers? Anything, any commands? So ping -a and then provide the IP address. So the name is not showing right now. One second, I think some different command is there. I'm going to take a look here. So currently I'm not able to recognize this command. I will going to send to you. No problem with this. We're going to go for the another command, traceset, and then going to write down the cisco.com. How many number of hosts, how many number of routers to reach the destination of the cisco.com. So this is the command will let you know. So this is the 192.168.1.1. This is my router. The traffic is outside of my network right now. I don't know why it is taking long time. Yeah, it is done. Meanwhile, we're going to do some different tasks over there. It is going to be working. So suppose you would like to see the routing table of your system. Okay, routing table, which is going to communicate with the networking devices or different devices, how the path is going on. So net state -r. So this is the command is going to be using for to check out the routing tables. Okay, how the routes are there. Okay, this is the Facebook command going on right now. So this is the routing table is there, my dear friends. So this is the routing tables is here. Okay, net state -r command. So you're going to check it out all those routing tables. Network destinations, net mask, and this is the gateway, this is the interfaces going on. So this is the interface 1.2. So this is my IP addresses, and then this is going to be sending this different subnets. So just take a look here. We have different type of routing calculations, routes going on. So if you're a network administrator, you would like to show that what is the routing tables going on, how much number of ports is there. So this is the command is going to be using for the routing tables. And then suppose next state so this is the commands. Just take a look here. I'm going to do it here. So you're going to do next state, and then you're going to do the different task. -a display all the connections and the listening ports. So you would like to see that how many listening ports from my system. Okay, listening ports are going to communicating. So my net state minus command is going to be using it. -b displays all the executable involved in the creating each connections or the listening ports. -e displays the Ethernet statics. This may be combined with the -s options. -app displays the fully qualified domain name DNS communications. minus and display address and not for the port numbers, numerical port numbers. So suppose this is all those things are going to be comes under the Wireshark. Okay, Wireshark is a you know what, all those statistics or all those information going to be captured from your system. Packet analyzer tool, we can say that. Okay, Wireshark is very famous tool. We for the cyber security, for the network point of view, you want to be you know what, trace all those packets. You want to analyze all those packets. But suppose you don't have the Wireshark, so how do you want to trace the packets? So this is the command line tools you're going to be using it to trace all those packets. So this is the same thing. Let's state -8. So this all those the listening ports. Okay, this is the listening ports will be there. So the connection is going to be established with the same the TCP connections. You have seen it. Look at this. This all those ports are there. Okay. So you want to say that some listening ports are there. So how do you want to check the ports of the ports are open, ports are not open? Then telnet, and then 192.168.1.1. Then the port number. Whatever the port number. Suppose you would like to check the port number 80 is port is open or not. So click on yes, and this the port is open right now. That's why you have telnet the things. So this is a very simple or very short commands you're going to be using for to check it out the ports are open or not. Okay. The connections are lost. Okay. Good to go. So port open, I'm going to write down there. You guys are check it out that how the ports are open or not open. So it's the command line telnet, and then the destination, okay, like 192.168.1.1. This is your router IP address, and then the port number. So this is the command you want to be check it out. The ports are open or not open. So you have, like, suppose port number 80. You're going to say port 433 or whatever the port number you're going to mention over there. Once you click enter, if you're going to connecting, it's a, you will be the port is open. If you're not connecting, the port is closed. So in the Windows 10, we have some separate settings for the same. So suppose you're going to say, sir, the command is not going to be working in my system. Okay, the Windows 10 machines. So what you're going to do in it? You're going to do control, go to control panel. So first of all, just go here and then check it out of version command. The version command will tell you with WinVer, sorry, WinVer, Windows version. So this is the Windows 10 laptop operating systems I have. Then Windows 10 home operating system, and it's all those things. So right now, suppose you guys have the Windows 10 or Windows 7, whatever. First of all, you're going to check it out with the command like with what type of version do you have. So the command is the Win1. You're going to be using it. Okay. So all those commands you're going to be check it out, or you're going to be check on the videos later on. Download videos and then I'm going to check it out. Okay. Then once you have go to control panel, and then you're going to enable the telnet. Okay. How do you want to doing it? So you're going to go to the programs, default programs. Okay. Click on the same. Once you're going to click on the default programs, go to programs and features. Once you're going to click on the program and features, then you have option will be available, turn Windows feature on or off. Go there, and then the features, okay, because Telnet is not a feature. Telnet you're going to enable it. By default, it is not available. Okay, you're going to go there and then going to be enable the Telnet client from here. You're going to do check mark on. If you make the Telnet client on, TFTP on, whatever virtual machine, suppose you have going to install the hypervisor for virtual machines, please going to click yes. Virtual machine platform, click yes. So these are some basic fundamentals you're going to check. Suppose you're going to run the PowerShell, please click on yes. So these are some basic settings you're going to do into the operating systems. Okay, one of my questions was coming in the interview that how do you going to be disable the Internet Explorer in the Windows 10? It was an interview question some time back. It was asked. So this is the feature. Suppose I'm going to uncheck this mark. If I'm going to uncheck this one, Internet Explorer will be the feature will be disabled in Windows environment. So this is the basic things you're going to be learning from yourself. Okay, come to the picture once again. So we have net state as command. So my net state minus s command will let you know the how many statics, okay, how much packets are going on. Okay, so this is the packets. Okay, IP version 4 statics is there. So packets received, packet others, packet forwarded, packet dissolved, all those packets are going to check it out. Somebody will say that my packet is not going to sending the source to destination. So you're going to check it out that the packets are errors or discarded packets. So you have seen that we have received packet discarded 196 and received packet delivered is this one now. So this is the IP version 4 statics is there. Okay, this is IP version 6 statics is also there. Okay. So all those basic receive and send things you're going to check it out from your end. Okay. Any listening port, any foreign addresses, anything will let from this command you want to check it out. Okay, so this is net state minus T will all those the TCP connection will be established. It is going to showing it out. So these are some the port numbers 23560, 1139, 1448. So all those the port numbers. So make sure that you're going to check it out the connectivity with different ports, open, established, not established. So different type of commands you're going to be using it for the same. So these are some basic things I'm talking about here. For the network security professional, you have some check it out the connection techniques. You check it out. So the another command is netsh, or you have some net session is also there. So we're talking about later command, but netsh for the first we're talking about. So we're talking about some command line like ns lwk ns lookup. So ns lookup will tell you that which is my default address is all about. And suppose I'm going to do cisco.com and I would like to know that what is the IP address of cisco.com. So this is the IP address is there right now. This one. If dissolving or not dissolving, whatever things it will going to show in there. So do question mark and then all those commands will be coming. Okay, so you guys going to do the command is netsh. Next command, ns lookup command, reset command, telnet command I already said shared to you. Okay, the ping command, the ping press command is going to be using it, and we have number of commands I will going to deliver it. So this is what we have done in the previous sessions. We going to test at cisco.com. So it is going to sending to the my router, and then it is going to different routers altogether. So right now it is going to be count 30 counts is there. 30 hops is also taken, not more than that. So it is not going to be each point of view. So you're going to say tracer and then google.com. So it is automatically going to reachable of all those things. So you check it out all those things from your website. Okay, and also just going to work all those commands, all those very important commands I'm talking about here, right? Okay. Then we have another command I'm going to talking about. Like I'm discussing about right netsh. Next command. So netsh command is going to provide the information of your systems. Suppose Right now, my wireless is working. So my wireless, if I have one SSID, I would like to connect it, not connected, number of Wi-Fi, what is the information about your Ethernet card, what is the company of my wireless card. So I would like to get all those informations about the wireless networks. So how can you get the information about your wireless networks? Go here, NATSS command, and then click the question mark. So once you're going to do question mark, and it will provide you lots of information. What are different type of information you're going to get in there? Okay, just take a look here. So we have seen that we have WLAN, we have set command, we have online, offline, interface, firewall. So all those informations we're going to get in it. So suppose I'm talking about, we have example like we're going to check it out some wireless networks. Okay, this is the wireless networks, WLAN, and changes to the NAT's WLAN context. And we have another command is show command, display informations, upgrades configuration settings. Suppose you're going to do some set commands, so it is going to do configuration changes. So I'm talking about some show command. Okay, show and then click question mark, and then it is going to show you some different commands. So aliases, show helper, show mode. So we don't need to go anywhere. Okay, go show and WLAN. Simple command WLAN. Go question mark, nothing is there. It means the command is good. Sorry. Then we going to WLAN. You are NAT SSH, and then you are into the WLAN command. So you going to be go to anyone, any commands over there. Okay, you're going to go any commands over there. So we are in the WLAN interface question mark. Sorry. So once I'm going to click on the question mark, and then it is going to be sending for lots of information. Display list of commands. Add, connect, delete, disconnect, dump. What if you would like to dump, display a configuration script. And export saves WLAN profiles to the XML files. You're going to send all those information of your wireless networks into the XML files. Help will list the commands. Okay, so display informations. Okay, so suppose we would like to check it out the all those information about the wireless networks. So click on show and click yes. So once you click on the show command, and then you're going to find out all the information. Show all, show auto config, show drivers, show filters, show interfaces, show networks, show profiles. So you have different type of things will be coming in front of you. So what you're going to doing it, you're going to just show and all. So it is going to be shows the complete wireless devices and network information system. So this is very important things. Once you're going to be hacking the Wi-Fi from the Kali Linux environment, you are getting all those information. So what I'm trying to add, show and all command come insert into the same, and then click enter. Okay, so this is all those things will be coming in front of you. What happened? We are going to click on the same, and all those informations will be coming of my wireless networks. Show interface capabilities, show network mode BSSID. Okay, so I'm going to say that this is the signal. Okay, signal strength is 92% of my Wi-Fi right now. But here it is, we cannot say that how much strength of your signals. So here it is, we have 92% of your signals of your signals. And what is the security? WEP2 security there. And what is the channels? The basic rates, Mbps. and the other rates Mbps, megabyte per second. We're going to do wireless security. We have separate class for the 2 hours. We're going to doing it later on. But right now you have some basic fundamentals about the command line tools. You're going to check it out. Okay. So it is a 2.4 gigahertz. And it's a 5.0 gigahertz. Okay, so this is not 5.0. We have another Wi-Fi copy F260. So this is a 16% range. Signal strength is there. So this I'm not able to communicate with this particular things. And it is also secured. Okay. So this is the command line tools. You're going to be checking out all those informations over there. Take a look. So wireless LAN informations, adapter informations, profiles, SSID, BSSID, everything you want to get in it. Okay, so once you have time, please go through it. And then all user profiles which I connected till now. This is the comes. Suppose my laptop when I was purchased till the date, and I have used this type of profiles till now. Right now I'm connected with this one, Damhat Rokley, Oppo 15, Dimiana, Kamble, Sita Singh, PK iPhone. So we have number of SSIDs we're going to be showing it. Okay, till the date. So this is why I'm talking about all those all those things, because once we're going to be scanning the information, okay, first of all we're going to get the informations. So we are going to gathering the information about the Wi-Fi, and then we're going to be cracked or we're going to be hacked. So the cybersecurity professionals, you need to understand all those information about the wireless or anything. I'm not talking about the wireless, we're talking about everything. So suppose I'm going to do some example of WLAN. So you're going to do some more practice on different things. Okay. So this. So I'm going to do exit command and exit over there, and then FI. So this is command is going to say that where you are, who you are. Okay. So this is Aditi PC. This is the name of the PC. Aditi PC system is there. Okay. So we have different commands. Okay. We have directory. So this all those directories will be showing it. Okay. mkdir. And then I'm talking about some CS60. This is a directory will be coming. Okay, and we have cat command. We have different commands. So we have you should be expert on the Linux commands. You should expert on the Windows commands, those commands, and then we're going to go for the Python later on. So you have some basic understanding about the command line tool of the those environment. This is what the requirement and the cyber security is. Okay, so just try to, this is the we are going to do test out the google.com, and it is reachable. So whether it is correct one or not correct one, let's look up and then provide the google.com. So google.com has different type of IP addresses, different servers, not one server. So I'm going this one, and later on this is 172.217, and different IPs will be coming. So this is 167.14. So this is the same IP address there. So you have some basic idea about it, what you're going to doing it, how you're going to doing it, all those things. Okay, then we back to the OSI layers. So we have application layers. So network, the application layer is responsible for providing services to the users, handles the file transfer, virtual terminals, and network management, and fulfilling network request of the applications. So this is the mail services and directory services. For example, Telnet, FTP, web browsers, email, DNS. So whatever we have used till now, this is the application layers. Presentation layer is how you want to present. Okay, so it means that you have SSL, MP, PG, JPEG, IMAP, and FTP. So this is the things you want to present your data in presentation layer. Session layer is basically you want to map TPTP, NetBIOS, RPC, remote procedures. Okay, so this is I'm talking about the session layer. So I'm talking about some MSTSC doing it. Okay, so MSTSC have some port numbers. 3389 is the port number of the RDP. So you're going to provide the system name, okay, system IP address, and then going to be connect same time. Okay, and the ID and password would be saved over there for the long time. So it is not going to ask you the ID password once you're going to be saved over there. So how the things are going to be working? The things are working from the session layers. Transport layer is TCP and UDP. So it is basically end-to-end data communications. It's error-free data communications. So somebody will come to ask you a question that suppose you are at transport layer. So what type of packets are going to sending? So you can see the segments are the part of the transport layer. Segments are the part of transport layers. Okay, segmenting is doing it over there. So segment, which means next you want to segregate the particular packet. Okay, so this is error-free packet. If there is error in the packet, it's not going to be sending here. Network layer. It is going to discard from over there. So TCP and UDP protocol is going to be using it. Network layer. So you already know that the OSI layers is very important layer. Like first is transport layer and then the network layer. So your routers, your firewalls are the part of the network layers. Why the part of the network layer? Because it is sending the data to the outside of the world. So it's a WAN protocol, it's a WAN layer device. So IP, ICMP, OSPF, RAP, IGMP, BGP, MPLS, so all those protocols are working on the network layers. So we're going to do later on the routers, how the routers from routing going to doing it. You need to understand some basic protocols like OSPF, BGP, MPLS. This is the protocols going to be using it in enterprise environment. The data link layers, the data link layer are the switches are working. So you need to understand the physical layer or the MAC address tables. Okay, so MAC address is a physical layer, physical address of 48-bit. Okay, suppose I would like to check it out my MAC address. So I'm CMD and get MAC. So this is the command will let you know that this is your MAC physical MAC address over there. So with this disconnected, which is disconnected, which is connected, is going to be showing it over there. So this is your physical MAC address. Also, how you can check it out? NCPA.cpl. And these are your LAN cards. Okay, so you have options. Want to go there and properties, and then you're going to be find out from there. So second, I am showing you. Suppose this is my. I'm show you the status. Then go to details, and you're going to get in the physical address. Okay, one way is this one. Second way is get MAC. Third is IAP config /all, and then it is going to share your MAC address as well. This one, physical address. So you have lots of options to getting the information of your system, and then system info command is going to be showing you all those information about your systems. So just take a look here. Suppose you have first is a new system and you would like to check it out all the information. So this is the information of there about the systems. Professor, product ID, and original store date, system model, and system type. Everything is going to get in there. So this is the things you're going to check it out from your system info is going to help you out to getting all the information once. And we have physical layers, so all those codecs, wireless, fiber, optic cables, UDP, STP cables are going to be in the physical layers. So this is very simple things. Just try to memorize the things. And then we have OSI layers protocol. So you have seen that we have physical layers. We have cables are working. This is the fiber optic cable. This is the UDP cable. Okay, LAN cables. Then in the physical layer, the data link layer, so we have switches and we have router map on the data link layer. In the network layer, we have the routers, Wi-Fi, router, firewalls are the part of all those things. In the transport layer, we have some communications, okay, end-to-end connections and reliability. Session layer is going to figure out the session's availability, whether the system is available or not available. Presentation layer, how do you want to present your data? In the application layer, suppose you want to browse in the Google, sending email are a part of the OSI layers, physical application layer. So very important terms is overview of TCP/IP. So OSI model must be looked at the rest of the reference logical model. The TCP/IP model is comes in the 1960s. So this is the question now I'm going to ask you that when was TCP/IP was coming? The question was coming to you the TCP/IP model. So application layer, transport layer, network layer, data link layer, and the physical layers. And this data link layer and physical layers are the network access layer, and also referred as internet layers. Network layer is also called as internet layer. So we have application layer, communication protocol interfaces. We have transport layer and end-to-end communications, transfer data, this internet layer, and this is hardware addressing protocols for physical layers. So this is the very important thing is this TCP three-way handshake is how things going on. So we have client and the server. Suppose you are sending the request to your server, it is going to be syncing first of all. Sending the information to the servers, sync. Whether that is available or then the sync act is going on. Synchronize and acknowledgement from the server, yes, I'm available, I'm alive. And then this is the client is going to acknowledgement sending it over there. So sync, act, and act. This is a three-way handshake is going to be happen from the TCP three-way handshake, and then the connection will be established. So this is the question will be coming that please tell us some three-way handshake of the TCP/IP model. The TCP model, first of all, sync and acknowledgement. This is the three things happen, and then the connection will be established. So UDP, user datagram protocol, and alternative to the transmission control protocol. So we have two protocols for the transmission control protocol. So TCP and UDP. So UDP uses the internet protocol, data unit diagram, and from the computer to the computer. So UDP protocol is faster or TCP is good. So you have question will be coming, what is the difference between TCP and UDP? Okay, so TCP transport layer control protocol and UDP is internet protocol, different UDP. Right? So this is the difference will be coming later on. UDP headers is 8 byte only, and comparison of Osm model and TCP/IP model. So yes, this is the Osm model and the TCP/IP model, which is the what are the difference between two things. So this is the different altogether. All those are different. So maximum size of the OSI header is 5 byte, and the maximum size of 20 bytes. Okay, and this OSI layers have 7 layers. Or TCP/IP has 4 layers. Okay. OSI reference is open system interconnection TCP transmission control protocol. So just try to take a screenshot of this picture and just try to learn once. I'm going to send the PPT to you, and you also take the picture snapshot of the pictures so that it will be going to help you out to learning. Okay. I'm going to skip the questions. So we have some IP addresses. So we have private IP address, we have public IP addresses. What is the range of the IP addresses? So this is the question will be coming in front of you. So an IP address is a number of identifying a computer or another device on the internet. So suppose right now I'm using my system. What is my IP address? So we want to go. alt, and this is the IP address. So this is my unique identity. Okay, this is my IP address. Suppose how many number of IP addresses I'm gonna using it. So I'm going to share the very important information. You're going to install the advanced IP scanner. So suppose you are going to do internal assessment. Okay, we discussed yesterday how you going to do the internal assessment of your networks. So this is the IP address range 192.168.1.1 to 1.54. What is the IP address range of your company? You're going to mention over there. Okay, and then click on the scan. So this advanced IP scanner, you're going to install on your systems and then going to check out the IP addresses, different IP addresses. And how you going to getting all those things? You're getting from this one. Advanced IP scanner, download, and the first link will be coming. Okay, download free network scanner. And also you're going to find out some more links over there regarding the same. Okay, this one. So we have different type of things coming. Free download from Windows 10. So you're going to be download from here and then check it out. How many number of IP addresses are there? So I'm gonna sending you the link. Okay, so this is gonna be help you out. Then what are different IP addresses? So the green one, up. All those are working IP addresses. The black one are the IP addresses which are not working IP. So we have seen that I have this is Ingor Mahesh, this is PC, and this is just one system. So you're going to perform number of actions like that. Go here, and then you're going to be full control, view only, telnet, file transfer, shutdown, chat. Yes, all those things you're going to do. Tools, you're going to ping it. Okay, whether it is available or not, ping it. So right now it is pinging. So right now this device is available or not device available. We have go to and tracer, telnet, SSH. We're going to do different things. We're going to do RDP as well. So RDP is remote desktop connections. You're going to be creating it. Okay, so this is the thing connecting it right now. I'm enabled the remote desktop. That is why it will be coming. So you're going to enable the remote desktop and then you're going to try it. It will be accessible. Okay. So we discussed one more thing yesterday, that advanced port scanner. This is the advanced port scanner. So you're going to check it out, the different type of port scanner. Okay, how many number of ports are open or not? So basically, you should understand the concept, and practical things is very important. Practical versus the concepts, two things are working together. So this is the software becoming, and then you need to provide the IP address range of your systems. So 192.168.1.1, this is the range, and then 192.168.1.254 is the destination. So what you're going to do, you're going to click on scan. So you have seen that we have different type of systems. This is a different type of ports are open. So mainly is 192.168.1.1. This is my router IP address, and the port number 80 is open. Port number 53 or DNS is open. So we have different IP addresses over there altogether. Okay, so we have 53 port is open, 80 is open, and 0 to 52 all those closed. 54 to 79 closed. 81 to 65,535 is closed. So discussed in our previous class what is the well-known ports. Well-known ports is altogether. Okay, so this is the things we're going to discuss about advanced port scanner. Okay, so how are you going to getting it? I'm going to send you link same time. Advanced port scanner. So you're going to try it at your home or you wish at your office. Okay, so free download is there. So this is it. You want to do advanced port scanner. And another thing is come to the picture right now. Advanced subnet calculator. Okay, so this is the IP address, and we have CIDR calculator. So IP address is provide subnet mask, provide the bits, okay, generate the subnet. So it is basically provide the subnet address. Everything is there. So you have one more option is there. Suppose it is you think that it is the complicated, you want to install it. But I'm going to recommend I'm going to recommend some different things which I'm going to suggest you. We have online subnet calculator. So this is more convenient to you, my dear friends. And also, this is the tool I'm gonna sending to you first of all. So you're going to calculate the subnets of networks. IP address range, which IP address range we're going to allocate to the different systems. This one, first one, this one, and we have another one is more convenient to you. Yes, this one. This is very convenient to you. We are as a security professionals, we are going to use this one. So you're going to find out number of things for one specific thing. So which is the best you're going to be utilizing it. This is the work for you. Okay, so this is the IP address. We have class C, class A, class B. First of all, the range of IP address, suppose this is the 10. This is coming 10.0.1 is the range. So same thing is on our things like that over there. This is the IP address range is 10 series of class A, class B, class C, class D, or E. So this is all with the private IP address range there. So once we're talking about some public or private ranges there. Sorry, this is the public address range. Class B, and then this is the 172 series range. And the class C is your 192 series there. So you need to, as a security professional, you need to understand class C IP address range, class B IP address range, and class D IP address range. Okay, suppose you're working in a company And company will going to say that I required that 500 system in my company. What type of networks you going to be suggest them? So right now, suppose you are going to use 192 series, and then you have only 254 hosts is there. So maximum to maximum 254 computers you going to be using it over there. So if you're going to use the class B IP address, then you have seen that you are going to use 65,534 systems. You want to using it. So this is very huge, but we require only 500 systems. So do we need to use class B IP address? Not required. We not want to do something subnet change. So right now the 255 to 55 to 55 this is the subnet mask. So we're going to use 254 IP address range at the rate 254 or whatever. Suppose we're going to use 250 to 48. And then we have 6464. And then we have what type of subnet we're going to provide here. Maximum 192 series. We have 66 series we want to add. So we're going to go class B. Then what happened? We required 500 systems. So we're going to go there and then you have options 254. Then the 510 system is okay. So you're going to be use this one. This range you're going to using it, or you're going to use 192.168.0.1 to 192.168.1.1 series. So you're going to use this particular subnet mask you're going to use in it. This is the things you're going to use in it. This is the matters a lot. So this is the 510 systems you're going to be using it. Suppose you require more, then you're going to use 252. So 1,000 systems you're going to use in it. Okay, so we have three ranges there. 192.168.1.2, 192.168.1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 2.3, 3.3, 4.3, as this thing can work. So you should be good in the subnet calculation things. Subnet mask and IP address, private IP address, public IP address. This is what you are strong into the thing. So you just don't want to try at your home all those things. I already shared to you the link. I'm going to send it to you. Just going to practice the subnet mask. How many systems you required and how you're going to do it. Okay, then I'm going to show you. Okay, guys, so this is what we are discussing. 1.1 to 126 is a range class A, 16 million hosts and 127 networks. 127 for loopback, 128 to 191, 192 to 223, 224 to 289 to 42 to 54. So this is all the multicasting. This is future use. This is the basically 254 is 2 million networks is there. So this is all those things we discussed about right now. So class A network ID is 1 and the host bit is 1 more. So 3 bits, byte 2, byte 3 and byte 4 is there. We have class B, we have 2 network IDs, 2 host IDs. In the class C, we have 3 network IDs, 1 host ID. Class D is multicasting, class A for reserved. So this is the basic fundamentals you should understand about the IP addresses. This is what the requirement of the companies. So this is what things we discussed about. The class /8 is 55, class 16 is 255, and class 4 is class C is basically 55 to 0. So this is the subnet masking you're going to doing it. So we have CIDR. So first of all, you should take a screenshot of the picture. IP version 4 versus IP version 6. No one going to ask you the difference. But the matter of fact that you should require the basic understanding about the IP version 4 versus IP version 6. So the first thing is going to use IP version 4 is 32-bit address plan, and IP version 6 is 128-bit address. First difference is this. Very easy to remember. Okay. The IP address 4 is address representation of the decimal systems, and IP version 6 is the hexadecimal systems. So how this looks like, my dear friends. So suppose you are going to the system. Oh, sorry, not here. CPA.cpa. And this is the things. Yeah, we're going to doing it. You go in here, and then we have some version 4 is there, and then this is the 1 and 1. So this is things you are using. Okay, this one settings of the version 4. Okay. Go to advanced settings. Admin connections. Okay, and version 6 is there. Go to properties, and then this is a different thing. So you're just going to check it out how it looks like the settings, and I already share it to you. And then so this is the headers. Okay, so this is the headers. Okay, how it looks like? Suppose this is example. So this is address format 192.149.22.76. Okay, dotted format, decimal notation. In hexadecimal, 3 F E, then colon, then F200 colon. This is the things. Oh my God, it's more complex as compared to other things. But it is future use case and number of IP addresses, more and more IP addresses will be coming. So it is coming later on. All the US and different countries are using it right now, but it is will be launching in India very soon. It is available in India, but the companies are not deploying right now. They will go to deploy very soon. Okay, so the difference number 2 is there. And we have different things. IPv 4 has 250 bytes, and IPv 6 has the 40 bytes fixed. It's 40 bytes is fixed, but this 40-60 bytes is there. So just check some field is available, check some field is not available. So at least 2 to 3 difference going to be learned from your field. Then we talk about netting, network address translation. Is the process where a network device, usually a firewall, assigns a public address to a computer inside a private network. So suppose you are at your home and you would like to get in the MSTSC or remote connections of your systems. So how you want to configurations? So this is the host, and this is a private network. Suppose I am here, and this is my private network. My router is there. How would I going to connect my office server? So I need to use some communication channels like Open VPN or Cisco VPN or any type of VPN connection over there. So once I'm going to hit on the particular interface and the hit on the particular router IP address, public IP address, and the router IP address will know that this traffic coming from this particular person, and it is going to routing the information with a private IP address with your server. Because it's a private communication and it's a public communication. So how it is going to communicate? The netting is going to be translate. Public to private, private to public is going to communicate, changing the traffic and then sending all those things. Okay, so how it looks like into the environment. Over here, and then we have talking about some Chronicle online LAN. I'm just going to showing it right now, so you want to take a look. So you should go to Romic World demo. Okay, this is the website is there to show the firewalls. However, we're going to do firewall classes later on. We're going to check it out all those things. But right now I'm showing the netting things. So this is the NSA. This is a different type of Sonic or firewall series are there. Suppose we're going to do switches, wireless, email security, cloud secure remote access, cloud security. So we have different things in there. So we're going to do later on all those things. Go to the NSA series or whatever series. So this is the models of 9650, 6650, 5650, 4650, 3650, 3700, 2700. So we're going to take anyone. Suppose we're going to take 3650. Okay, so this is the comes and the picture is open and right now the net policy is coming same time in front of you here. Okay, so this is the net policy is coming same time. So already netting is created right now. Just take a look here. So we don't want to do the same thing. We're going to do some different things. Default, custom, whatever, all to all, 50 seconds, average 60 seconds. Okay, all the things can. So suppose we're going to create the netting. So net policy is name. So suppose we're going to do some testing. Okay, original source. The traffic is coming from where? The traffic coming from any. Okay, we're going to do any. Translated source. We're going to translate. Original or create any new object. You're going to create new object or you have original is there. Original destination where you're going to send it any. Translated destination, original, whatever it is. Okay. So online services, which type of service? So we're going to say different type of services we have right now. So you want to create a new service or we have already services there. Remote anywhere. Okay, any services remotely accessible. Translate services, create new service, or you want to hold where you want to transport. So we're going to transport public or whatever it is. Direct connect or your office networks. Okay, you're going to be provide your office networks or you're going to direct connect. Okay, so inbound traffic, interface, outbound traffic, this is all those things. Enable net policies, enable net blockering, nothing is required. Just click on the add button over there. In the advanced button, nothing is showing. This is disable the source code, all those default settings are there. You're just going to click on the just you should be make sure that all those things, original source, translated, destination, all those things, same thing. If you are sure all those informations, then you easily going to create the netting. So to add this one, you want to create all those things. Okay. So this is all those things you want to be performing for the netting things like that. Okay, so I think you are seeing the things like so I'm gonna sending you link. If you have little time, just go for it with your friends. Okay, so we want to slide again. So this is the concept I have shown to you. So in the depth, we're going to once we're going to do the practical class of the firewalls, we're going to take a look. Okay, same thing, source IP, destination IP, source IP, destination IP. We're going to be netting all those things. So these are the same information which you're going to be using into the firewall. Static IP address and we have dynamic IP addresses. Okay, so static IP addresses are we're going to be providing manually. Okay, suppose I'm going to the firewall again, and I'm gonna show it to you. Okay, firewall. Oh, static IP address. Suppose this is my systems, and then I'm going to CMD. .cpl. Okay, and this is going to settings of my interfaces. And right now I'm going to BS IP version 4. And then we're just checking out open IP address automatically. So it's a DHCP based. Okay, suppose I would like to go for the static IP address. So I'm going to use the following IP address. I'm going to use my own static IP address over there. So this is the configuration from the system client point of view. What about this DHCP point of view? Okay, so why this is not opening, please? Okay, open some different firewall. 4650 is okay. User bin. So it's a 4650 demo. We go opening it right now. So it will take a little time to opening it. Okay, so these are some logs. Okay, we don't require a log right now. Go to DHCP over there. This is your DHCP server is there. And then this is all those things are dynamic over there. Just take a look here. So this is your dynamic range is there. You go to add go static. So yes, you're going to provide a name like entry name like we have testing system. This is the name of this particular entry. Then static IP is 192.168.0.22. It is MAC address of your systems, the gateway of your firewall, net was 54. Command, this is testing system. Okay, and then going to add on it. This is the static. The MAC address which you have mentioned over there, and this IP address. So it will be the MAC binding. You have the static IP address, you have to bind with a specific MAC address. So this is all those entry are static, which is not going to be changed. Okay, and dynamic things are always going to be changed. Okay, so we have static things. We have dynamic things. So we're going to be suppose we have dynamic things. Go there, and then same start range and end date of your things, and everything default gateway router. So this is the DSCP will going to create the dynamic range of IP addresses. Suppose you are going to use a Wi-Fi networks. So you require a dynamic IP address range. You want to providing it over there. Range of Wi-Fi IP address. Suppose 192.168 is already using it. You want to use 172.16.0.1. Okay, to 172.1.16.254. So this is 0.1 series is 254 IP addresses, and 1.254 address is 254. So 254, 254, 510. So it is 500 number of hosts of Wi-Fi access points or Wi-Fi device is going to be adding it. So gateway, whatever the gateway of your system, subnet mask, whatever subnet mask of your this particular firewalls, going to add some comment. This is Wi-Fi device range, and click on the save button. Okay, so this is gonna be your dynamic range you wanna provide in it. And static range you wanna be create some MAC binding, provide a static IP address, same time. This one. Okay, so this is the IP address and MAC address going to be providing over there. This is the difference over there, my difference. Static IP addresses. So circuit switching is not going to be using it right now. So circuit switching, packet switching, okay, connection oriented network switching techniques. Okay, this is not going to be using it right now. Virtual circuit switching, this is not to be used. We have bridges, not going to be using it because switches is takes place instead of bridges. So don't take a look on the same. Bridges, no company is going to be using it. Switches, yes, switches are very important. It's a layer 2 device. It's a multi-port bridge switches. It is a layer 2 switches. So first of all, we need to understand the different type of switches coming in the market right now. So I'm just talking about here, then Google, and then Amazon, and then you're going to see that what type of switches comes in here. So suppose you guys need to procure a switch for your company. So switch. Okay, so this is the switches. This is your just click on Cisco switch. Okay, you want to understand something different. Yeah, this is okay. This Cisco switch is concerned. Cisco switches, D-Link, HP, different type of switches available in the market. Right? And this is the port number. This is how many ports you have, how many ports required. So we have managed switches. We have unmanaged switches. Two types of switches come from that. Unmanaged and managed. The managed switches you going to be interface going to be whatever the interface is into the same. You're going to be managing it from there. But in the non-manageable, you're not going to be change anything. Speed, nothing like that. So non-manageable switches are basically low cost, and managed switches are high cost. This managed switch, it is 19,000 for. And if you're going to go for unmanaged switches, it is comes to 3,000, 4,500 nearby. This is then another switches comes under PoE switches, power on Ethernet. Suppose your company has 32 number of access points. Access point, it's meant your wireless devices, and you don't want to use the power electricity. Okay, there is no power electricity required. So you're going to be procuring the PoE switches, power on Ethernet switches for your company. So 52 number of access point devices going to be working with the same, and there is no requirement of power. So if you're going to go into the more descriptions, you're going to find out more information. Okay, so just going to get some more information about the switches, my dear friend. What I'm trying to tell you. Managed switches, unmanned switches, layer 2 device, MAC address, and IP addresses are CAM tables are into the same. Okay, so get some more information about the switches. We go to the internet. Routers are doing the routing. Okay, network VLANs going to create address transmissions, packets, layer 3 devices is basically router. So right now, routers are very less, and the firewalls comes to take the place. So we're going to discuss about some different type of firewalls, like Sonic Wall, like Palo Alto, like Checkpoint, like FortiGate. Okay, so these are some firewalls we're going to discuss about right now. Gateway, the same thing is firewall I'm talking about here. Proxy servers are not going to use right now. LAN devices, LAN is basically computer networks. LAN is connected to single room building. Okay, 100 meters is a range. WAN is basically for dedicated links, T carriers, E carriers, ATM, fiber optic cables for more range, more geographical location cover. Common network cables like we have coaxial cables and unsealed twisted pair cables and fiber optic cables. So right now we have unsealed twisted pair comes the picture for the networking. We have number of wires and fiber optic cables are more useful right now. So we have single mode, multi-mode types is coming, different type of devices going to be connecting it. So this is fixed, and this is for the you have your cable, local cables in your home. This is the coaxial cables you're going to use in it. Coaxial cables we already suggested. So twisted pair cables. This is your network cables. You want to have some color coding for the same. So if you are not remember, you want to go to the Google and just find out the UTP cable numbers. UTP cable color codes. So state cables we have state cable, we have cross cables. So this is the particular name. Okay, so this is the cables: orange, white, orange, green, green, white, blue, blue, white, or brown, brown, white. So this is how you want to create the cables of network cables. Okay. So this is the fiber optic cables, the single mode, multi-mode. So single mode is for small glass core or transfer data over the long distance, and large glass core is for transfer more data but shorter distance. If you have shorter distance, then you're going to use multi-mode. So long distance, but data is going to be less. Okay, this is the single mode. So we have network topology, ring topology, not going to use right now. There is no use of it. Bus topology, we are not going to using it right now. Chat topology, yes, we are going to use right now. So we have centralized switches and we are going to connect the different type of devices. So no one going to be asking you these questions, but it is going for your knowledge base only. Mesh topology, yes, it is also going to be using it. So different communication devices. Suppose we have one switches, we're going to another switch is going to connect, and then we're going to use this. Analog transmissions, no one going to ask you. Digital transmissions is for only basic electronics things. WAN components, infrastructure LAN, standalone WAN, ad hoc WAN, no one going to ask you. But we are talking about some standards. So we have 802.11 BGN AC, 802.11, 802.3. So you're going to understand the different standard for the LAN segments. Okay. So we're talking about some IEEE as per the 802.11. Okay. So this is the thing. And then we're going to use for the 10 Mbps, 100 Mbps. So what is the best thing? So we have a wireless classes. We're going to discuss all those things later on. 802.11. So this is the standard. So we have released. And right now I'm going to use 2.4 gigahertz and 5.0 gigahertz. Suppose my system belongs to which one? Okay, so my system is 2.4 gigahertz right now. So it's an old system right now. So the latest devices comes under 5.0 gigahertz. Okay, the speed 10 to 12 Gbps. So WP flows, no one going to ask you. We have some protocols, no one gonna be ask you. We're going to separate class for this one. CDM, SCDM, not required. Information protocols, nothing. Wipe, not okay. So this is the networking security for interesting testing. So we have some network discovery, bandwidth grabbing, vulnerability analysis, exploitation, need to understand fundamentals. So planning, first of all, you want to do some planning about the hacking. Gathering informations, reporting, and discovering. How are you going to getting the information? How are you going to reporting information? How are you discovering the vulnerabilities? So these are some ways to network security penetration testing into doing it. So please take a screenshot of this picture and try to learn planning, gathering information, reporting, and then discovering the vulnerabilities. And these are some processes going on. Information gathering, enumerations, gaining access, privilege escalations, maintaining access, and covering tracks. So pre-attack, post-attack, and all those things we discussed earlier. We have types of ports. So we already discussed yesterday the number of ports. So we have 65,035 ports. Well-known port is 1023. Registered port is this one, and this is dynamic private ports going to. So you should be understand the port number 80, port number 443, port number 53, port number 25, port number 53, port number 860, or port number 587 for SMTP. So this is the port numbers you can remember. Then ports and communications. How is the communication going on? So we have web servers communications, data hub communications, schedulers, we have Oracle, we have different type of family singles, we have present servers, we have HTTPS port numbers. Okay, so this is how the ports and the communication going on. So we're going to use the nmap command, nmap software, okay, to check out the port numbers. So we have nmap is also there. This is the port utility check software. So we have separate practicals. We're going to doing it for the nmap. So nmap is basically, suppose we have target. Suppose my target is my router. This is my target. Okay. And then what type of profiles you have? What you require actually. This is some type of profiles. So we have command line tools as well. We have Kali Linux. We have nmap. We're going to do practical things on the command line tools as well. So the graphical things, you're going to go for like you're going to regular scan. So this is the command, simple commands. If you're going for some critical things like escape all UDP ports, okay, then we're going to click on the scan. So it is going to provide output. One port is there. So you have seen that we have discovered the open port 443, discovered the open port number 80, port number 53 is there, port number 7547 is enabled. So suppose you are understand the port number 80 and port number 443 is open. Okay, so I'm a hacker. What I'm going to doing it? I'm going here. I know that port number 80 and port number 443 is for HTTPS. So HTTPS. Then I'm going to do click and then / 2 times 192.168.1.1. From here, and this is my router is coming in front of me. So if I have the password, I'm going to crack the password. I'm going to enter into the same, and I'm going to do the rest of the things I'm going to have. So this is what I'm talking about here. The port numbers are more important, and then how you going to scanning the networks. So what I'm trying to talking here, information gathering first thing. Okay, enumeration, number of information gathering, then gaining the access, privilege escalations. So we're going to discuss all those things step by step. So due to the port, I'm going to understand the port number 80, port number 80 for HTTP, port number 443 for HTTPS. So I know that the port number belongs to which one, and then going to be doing things. So attacking network discovery, we have banner grabbing things, we have This is the things we're going to running into the Kali Linux environment. So we have different type of ports will be there. So we're going to discuss about all those things in the tomorrow classes, all those port numbers. So right now we are on the slide number 70. So it is 170 is there remaining. Okay. So I'm just going to send to you a particular slide. So rest of the things we're going to do tomorrow. So the ports we're going to discuss about it tomorrow. We're going to discuss about some ports, different type of ports, different type of commands. And then talking about some DNS, and then DNS poisoning, DNS hijacking, DMARC, and network vulnerabilities and attacks. This is very important. Discuss about some remediation management, TCP/IP vulnerabilities, SYNC flood attacks, different type of attacks in the networks, DOS attacks, DDoS attacks, okay, man-in-the-middle attacks, sniffing, ARP-spoofing, okay, social engineering, honeypot, phishing, wishing, smishing, phishing and attacks, and free texting, biting, okay, tailgating, ransomware attacks, secure email security, multi-factor authentications, email spam. So very important things will be coming tomorrow. So please don't take leave. Tomorrow is network security. Today we discuss about some basic fundamentals of network security. And tomorrow we're going to discuss about network security things. So any questions for today? Let me know. So I'm going to sending to you this particular slide. So your assignments for tomorrow is network fundamentals. So in this project, like OSI, things will be there. PIP, things will be there. IP addressing things. Going to be understand all those TCP/IP, OSI model, okay, IP addressing, and then we discuss about here the protocols. Okay, different type of protocols you need to be shared to me. So this is the protocol is there, the port numbers. Okay, and then we will be talking about some DHCP over there today. So just talking about some basic fundamentals about the networking, I would like to know from your side. Send me all your assignments on the email ID. Mail ID, please share to me all your documents of the assignments. Any question, any clarification, you can want to connect me same time, anytime. Okay, thank you for guys. Any questions for today?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Please download this particular slide and then go for the basic fundamentals of the networking so that you are going to get more ideas about it. Okay, thank you for your time, guys.